game. So the game started with Italian opening, and black play a less common move, that is queen f6. So usually in opening we don't recommend moving the high value pieces such as queen and rooks like too early, because it's easy to be kicked. And also, for example, the queen at f6, it blocks our knight at g8. So yeah, so usually we move the minor piece first, like bishop to c5 or knight to f6. So queen to f6, and we castle. So the best move turned out to be knight c3. This is as what I said. So we can move knight to d5 if we want to kick the queen. We can occupy the center and kick the queen. So we can get a tempo. And since the knight is not at f6, we can control the center with our knight. So I mean, castle is fine. I'm just suggesting another way to develop pieces. d3, and I still think I think knight c3 is better than d3. So yeah. So the reason is maybe we can push the pawn to d4 directly. So yeah, move the knight. Bishop to c5, knight c3, that's good. And knight to d4. Black is offering a piece exchange. But I feel like we have some opportunity here. So for example, I would trade the knight first, because if black take our knight, we'll have double pawn. And this is not good pawn structure. So we can take that first. If bishop takes, knight d5, as I said, we attack the queen and threatening knight c7. So black is very likely to move the queen to d8 or d6. Let's say d8. And we can exchange with the knight. So we created a double pawn for our opponent. These two pawns are really bad, and the g file is exposed, which means when the king castle to the king side, the king will be in danger. And we can move queen to f5. So look at the f7 pawn. This is a huge weakness, and also h7, h6 for sure. So for example, after d6, we can, for example, kick the bishop. And I really like to exchange the bishop, because later we can, first of all, we can like checkmate queen f7. And yeah, so if queen bishop to c5, I will push it again to kick the bishop to here, and we can checkmate. So this is how I would do to attack black pieces. So we move knight to d5. Actually, black can take our knight first. Queen d8, bishop to g5. We want to trap the queen, but I mean f6, it can kick our bishop, but it's fine. There's no problem. But okay, one more thing we need to care about is, what about knight f3? If we take that, we need to calculate, do we really lose the bishop? For example, if queen to g5, we can probably check, and king to d8, maybe we can win the rook. But the knight is trapped there, and f6, black can protect the f7 pawn. So my point is, we can exchange with the bishop and the knight first, and later to simplify the game and attack the pawn. So this makes us like easier to attack black pieces. So black didn't play knight f3, take, and white is clearly better. So we can attack the king from this diagonal. This is weakness. So c3, knight e3, d5. Okay, yeah, clearly we can play queen h5, and then to make our bishop safe, or we can win the pawn. So okay, then we lost the bishop. That's not good. And black starts to counter attack. Be thorough. check. Okay, this move is bad. I think queen d7 is the good defense. The rook can be connected. So once the king goes to b8, we can mate, right? Not necessarily mate, because the b7 is guarded, but we are being active again. So rook f5. We want to involve another rook. Potentially we can move the d pawn because the bishop cannot take our rook. There is a queen b7. And the important thing is it's better that we can open up the d file. Then we can involve this f1 rook because the black king is quite exposed. So when we attack an exposed king, it's better to open up the files or diagonals. Exchange. Okay, so rook h5, we want to move the rook to h7, and I think black should attack our queen to chase it away from the 7th rank. Queen h7, that's a pretty good move, and we can mate in 3 or 4. Good, that's a very good way to mate.